Hello and welcome to the Bluffs Sports Zone. I'm Craig Carlson. Tonight we'll update you on the Reaver football team as they practice for the first time since spring break, but batting leadoff, the Iowa Western baseball team flat out doing work against Hibbing. The Reavers welcoming the Cards for a 3-game series, and after winning by a combined score of 40-1 in the first 2 contests, Game 3 lacking drama as well on March 27th. Reavers show no signs of a letdown in the final game of the series, already up by 10 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and sophomore Tanner Credemeyer wants to add to the cushion. He takes the 0-1 pitch all the way to the warning track and grabs a triple. Moments later, Iowa Western doesn't need much here, and Grant Kay delivers a blooper right into no man's land, and the Ralston graduate brings in another run. Reavers up 11-zip. Later in the frame, with 2 down, Chris Waylock drives the 1-1 pitch out to left field. Kay sent around third and home, and Waylock's RBI triple puts Iowa Western on top 12-0. The defense having little problem protecting the lead. In the top of the 4th, the hard grounder fielded cleanly and fired across the diamond for the out. Then freshman pitcher James Darcy helps his own cause, grabs the chopper off the hill, and makes the play at first base to keep the Cards off the board through 4. The Reaver offense continues to show off in the bottom half. Credemeyer, see ya. A 3-run jack blasted back to his hometown of Castle Rock, Colorado, and his 3rd homer of the season puts the Reavers up 15-0. Hibbing, Minnesota is about a 9.5-hour road trip, and the Cardinals thank for making the drive by promptly getting whooped. The Reavers retire the side in order in the 5th to win their 3rd straight game in run rule fashion, 15-zip, outscoring Hibbing 55-1 in the 3-game sweep. Despite the obvious difference in talent level, Iowa Western happy to continue to work on themselves as they improve to 22-1 on the year.
Everything we do here is trying to just get reps for us. I mean, this team wasn't the greatest, but we try to just get as many reps as we can, get some pitchers, some innings, get some extra at-bats.
Basically, we just go out and try and work on the little things, work on just taking good approaches at the plate, working on everything in the field, just not making any errors, just basically trying to have a good game overall so we don't have any mistakes or anything. So basically it's a good time to work and try and get better on the little things. Basically that's what we do.
I think the thing about midweek games is there's always things you can work on. I mean, it's not as pressure-packed situations, but you can still work on base running. You can still work at approaches at the plate. Yeah, you always have pitchers that need to get working on the mound. And I mean, practice is practice. You can get so much done during then, but even if we're playing a team that might not be quite up to our caliber, at least there's still competition.
Jump over to the softball field. Reavers hosting Central Community College and putting the herd on early. The pass ball sends Jenna Gonzalez in for Iowa Western's 6th run of the 1st, up 6-zip. The Raiders look to respond in the 2nd. A runner in scoring position, 2 outs, but girls got some arms. A pair of nice throws. First, Kylie Simpson keeps the run off the board, then catcher Taylor Jonas ends the scoring threat and the frame by gunning down the runner at 2nd. And of course, as it usually works out, the player that makes the play in the field, following it up with some production at the plate, Jonas's RBI single puts the Reavers up 7-0. Later in the inning, bags loaded and the easy out, not so easy. The throw to the plate off the mark, and the lead pushed to 8 runs. The Raider errors continue to pile up. Canova in on the pass ball, and Iowa Western up 9-zip after 2. Central finally put some things together offensively in the top of the 3rd with 2 on. A slap bunt from Jenna Andelt loads the bases with just 1 out. 3 pitches later, Paige Ott's blooper into left gives the Raiders their 1st run of the day. Mariah Bigelow sent in, and it's 9-1. Very next pitch, Melissa Bulin keeps things rolling and the deficit cut to 7. Bases still juiced, but Greta Smine settles down in the circle, grabs the force out at home, and moments later the momentum squashed with the strikeout and the damage limited to just 2 runs. And shoot, the Reavers can grab more than that with just 1 swing of the aluminum. Taylor Jonas clears the bases for a 3 RBI triple, part of a 7-run inning by the 19th ranked Reavers. They roll to a 16-2 home field W. Game 2, Iowa Western off to another quick lead. Not 6 runs, but Daley Foster's RBI single in the bottom of the first still puts the Reavers on top, 1-0 after 1. IDub getting defensive in the second. Nice bunt, but better throw from Daley Foster for the out. That play does move a runner into scoring position, but Kylie Polsley not backing down from the challenge. The sophomore grabs the K. 4 pitches later, Polsley gets Mariah Bigelow to pop out, and the scoring threat comes to an end. Jump ahead to the bottom of the third. Kylie Simpson gives the Reavers a little more breathing room with an RBI double. Iowa Western up 2-0. In the fourth, KP finds a groove in the circle, grabs another strikeout here. Then the Raiders with 2 on, 2 out, 1. Another K puts an end to another scoring threat from the visitors. Reavers clinging to a 2-run lead, but the Bats come alive in the bottom half. Jordan Kearns rips his shot right up the middle for a 2-run double, and the lead extended to 4. Plenty of cushion for a defense like the Reavers have. Daley Foster, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best fielders at third base in all of the NJCAA. The McNeese State signee just locked down on the corner. A pair of plays keeps the Raiders off the board. And oh yeah, she sports a bad swing too. Her team-leading 8th home run of the season helps the Reavers to another decisive win. The final 8-0 in 5 innings as the Reaver offense produces 24 runs in the doubleheader sweep.
We had last week off for spring break and we didn't have any game schedule, so we worked really, really hard on our hitting and what our approach is going to be. And they've really worked hard and they are doing it. Their approach is working, so that obviously builds confidence. When they see that it's working, it's going to build confidence, and you can see how many runs we put up today.
Well, I know being the 4-hole hitter that's my job, to drive and run. So if there's people on base, I'm swinging to hopefully hit gaps or at least score a couple runs.
Yeah, it feels great to win 2 at home today. We've got our business done on the field, hit the ball really well, and our pitchers did well, and our defense shut them down.
Don't change it when we return. More from Doc Ross Field as the Reavers welcome conference foe Southwestern.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or on an organized sports team, however you play, you risk injury. At Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, we specialize in the prevention, recognition, treatment, and rehab of orthopedic and sports injuries. We have 30 combined years of experience, making us Southwest Iowa's leading physical therapy clinic. At our state-of-the-art facility and using the latest technology, we'll help you get back on the field fast. So if you experience a sports injury, you need to see us first. Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your Southwest Iowa sports medicine professionals.
If green and gold never gets old, then St. Albert Sports Fan is the place for you. Updated daily, it's loaded with articles, archives, and so much more. And if you can't make the game, you can still watch it live from the comfort of your own computer. St. Albert Sports Fan, the homepage for the home team.
Hi, how are you doing today?
What looks good?
Our special today is shrimp scampi. It's been sitting around for about a week.
Excuse me, what time are you guys leaving? We're gonna rob your house tonight.
Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of a heart attack and other complications. Learn more at diabetesaonc.org.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill, Meyer Woodring, family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in Southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
Well, if a team wins 22 of their first 23 games of the season, people take notice. The Iowa Western baseball team moving from 4th to 2nd in the NJCAA polls released on March 28th, but that same day, maybe a little too much confidence oozing from the dugout as they welcome Southwestern for a conference doubleheader. Southwestern comes in with just 3 wins on the year, and Iowa Western's Tanner Kriedemeyer with a rude greeting. The very first pitch in the bottom of the first cracked over the fence and right, and the Reavers up 1-0 early. In the second, Iowa Western handling business. Spartans 3 up, 3 down. Mike Hancher grabs the last out himself from the hill. Jump ahead to the bottom of the third. Isaiah Conklin gets the pitch he's been waiting for, and the New Mexico native grabs a leadoff double. Later in the inning, Conklin, now on third and showing major wheels, slides in, and the Reavers take a 2-run lead. The defense, meanwhile, solid as usual. In the fourth, Keaton Steele to Hancher for the 3-1 out, and Southwestern still scoreless. The Reavers offensively not blowing things up like they usually do, but slowly pulling away. In the bottom of the fourth, Steele's RBI single makes it 3-zip. 3 runs, by no means an insurmountable hole, and in the top of the fifth, things get even more uncomfortable for the Reavers. Drew Bauer's solo jack makes it a 3-1 ball game. Despite the bomb sauce, solid outing for Hancher on the hill, gives up just 3 hits, striking out 5 in 5 innings work. Southwestern toe-to-toe with Iowa Western for 7 innings, but the Reavers hold on to win game 1 of the doubleheader, 4-1. On to game 2 of the Twin Bills, still scoreless in the bottom of the first. Nate Clark, nice grab, but terrible throw. The error puts Iowa Western on the board first, up 1-0. 3 pitches later, Brandon Tierney follows that up with an RBI single, and the Reavers take a 2-run lead. Jump to the third, Southwestern with 2 on, no outs, but the Iowa Western defense steps up, allows nothing, ending the frame with the 6-4-3 double play. More where that came from in the fourth, the Reaver D turning another double play, this time Damick Tomshay getting in on the action for the 5-4-3 DP. Although the defense continues to shine, the Reaver bats continue to struggle in the bottom half. Bases loaded, no outs, and not a single run to show for it, as the Spartans close the inning with a double play of their own to keep the deficit at 2-zip. And that gap narrows in the fifth. John Roberts on the hill now, and he gives up the RBI single to make it a 2-1 ball game. Insert Lewis Central grad Zach Larison, and he stops further damage with the strikeout to end the frame. Iowa Western leads the nation with a batting average of .446, but Tierney's RBI double in the bottom of the fifth drives in just his team's 3rd run of the game. Reavers up 3-1. The Spartans surprisingly just hanging around, but the Iowa Western defense up for the challenge. They get the unconventional double play here in the 6th. Ryan Popescu fires from right field for the out. Then in the 7th, Southwestern with the tying run at the plate. You got nothing, son. Later in the inning, the go-ahead run up to bat, and the defense steps up again. Reavers win 3-1, and although the bats held to single digits for the 9th and 10th time all season, Iowa Western improves to 24-1.
Coach really emphasizes pitching and defense, practice all the time. You know, we have games that we hit, but can't hit every game. You know, you got to be able to pitch and play defense, and that's what we did today.
Our offense is obviously really good, but defense is what counts most. It's going to win us ball games and, you know, those low-scoring games. You know, you just got to keep our defense up.
Winning is winning, and the bottom line is the scoreboard, which is great, but there's expectations here at Iowa Western, and it was not a clean day for us. We didn't swing it well. We swung it very poorly. We had some good pitching. We had 2 or 3 errors that created momentum for the other team. They didn't end up hurting us, but they made it harder on ourselves. And we don't play ourselves. We play the game. And we were taking some things for granted today. And again, there's certain expectations for Iowa Western baseball, and today we didn't really reach any of them.
After the break, an update on the Iowa Western football team in Week 2 of spring ball, and the Reaver softball team opens conference play against Southeastern.
No team covers Southwest Iowa sports like the team at Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine. For nearly 25 years, Jenny Ed Sports Med certified athletic trainers have cared for thousands of area athletes and their schools. And our partnering physicians at Nebraska Orthopedics help ensure you're taken care of from diagnosis through rehab. If you need to be seen now, come by our Saturday morning walk-in clinic. It's open all fall from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine.
What does the future hold for you?
I can learn.
I can lead.
I can play.
I can grow.
Put yourself in a great place. Iowa Western. Classes are forming now in more than 80 areas of study. Learn more, a lot more at iwcc.edu.
I can succeed.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by the St. Albert Alumni Association.
Reaver softball highlights in a moment, but first an update on the Reaver football team as IWTV student Jim Brinklow has our weekly spring practice report.
It's going to be a beautiful day today, dog. Beautiful day today.
Their first practice in over a week.
But following the long layoff for spring break, the Weaver football team is seeing no signs of rust.
Not usually. I mean, that's why today is the first day of full pads. And generally when you throw the pads on, there's a little bit more excitement out there. So we'll see today, but I don't see it right now.
It's another day's work, right for Devin Thomas, football.
What coaches will see is sophomore wide receiver Devin Thomas coming off a 154-yard season. The Abraham Lincoln graduate is expected to be a leader this upcoming fall.
Well, last year as a freshman, the freshmen really did step it up a lot. So I'm looking to have the same kind of mentality. So I'm not going to overlook the freshmen. So I'm going to step in, do my role, play my game, and play as hard as I can.
He has had a good off season. We know how athletic he is. Our goal is to get him up a little bit in the weight-wise, and I think he has. But I think overall, he's going to improve so much from last fall to this fall. We're just excited to see when we get an opportunity to put the ball in his hands.
Along with Thomas, the Reavers return Andrew Stone out wide. The sophomore from Cedar Falls led the team with 49 catches and was second in yards and TDs. But the talent doesn't stop there. Iowa Western welcomes New Mexico transfers Dion Long and Martez Barr.
Oh, they're pretty good. They're fast, strong. They're D1. I mean, what can you say? I just look up to them because I know that's what I want to do someday, and I'm just going to accept my responsibility, whatever it is, and hope they do it too.
The combined experience of the transfers and the veteran returners will make this fleet of receivers fun to watch.
They've been through the battles of what a spring practice and all that stuff brings. So from that standpoint, it helps them. And then from our younger guys, they're obviously getting a lot better. They're going to be better from year 1 to year 2 anyways. So it's going to be a good mix.
The 19th ranked Iowa Western softball team opening up conference play on March 30th. Here's IWTV student Scott Stover with highlights of the doubleheader against rival Southeastern.
Iowa Western riding a 9-game winning streak into the doubleheader. In Game 1, the defenses stand strong early. The Weavers' Greta Mines makes a routine out to retire to the side. Still scoreless at the bottom of the third, IW with a runner on second, and Kaylin Simpson comes through with a well-placed sacrifice bunt to advance Rebecca Sanchez to third. 3 pitches later, Sanchez advances home on a pass ball. The Weavers get on the board first, 1-0. That's the score at the top of the 6th. Daly Foster with a rare error. That allows Ellen Crable to score, and the game's locked up at 1. In the bottom of the half, Weavers brush off the run as they move to the batter's box. With the runner on second, Taylor Jonas blasts one into the center field gap, and Foster shows her wheels with the score to put Iowa Western back on top. In the 7th, Blackhawks with the tying run in scoring position, but the Weavers don't even flinch as Sanchez catches a long foul ball, and the Weavers hold on to win Game 1, 2-1. Looking to continue their success in Game 2, and once again the defense is standing out. Both teams held scoreless through the first 3 innings. Taylor Jonas catches a fly ball here. The bats get to work at the bottom of the 4th. Jonas sack fly into center sends Delaney Foster tumbling home for the score, 1-0 Iowa Western. Southeastern responds in a big way at the top of the 5th. Jocelyn Diaz cracks one all the way to I-80 to tie it up at 1. Later in the inning, Blackhawks with the bases juiced. Greta Mines takes over for Kylie Posley in the circle, and the sophomore steps up. The pop-up ends the scoring threat. But Southeastern right back to work in the 6th. They come to the plate swinging. Alex Braley with an RBI, and the Blackhawks take the lead for the first time in the entire day, 2-1. The next batter, Fabiana Hernandez, rips one into left field, and the RBI single extends Southeastern's lead to 2 runs. In the bottom of the 6th, Weavers swing back. Jonas's RBI single cuts the deficit to 1. 2 batters later, Gina Gonzalez with an RBI single of her own, and the game is tied at 3 heading into the final frame. And after a quick at-bat by the Blackhawks, Iowa Western has a chance to put this one away at the bottom of the 7th, but with 2 outs, Rebecca Sanchez gets caught stealing third base, and the game is sent into extra innings. In the 8th, the Blackhawks' Braley cracks a single into left center and brings the go-ahead run in. Southeastern up 4-3. With the advantage of playing at home, the Weavers have a last at bat, but unable to capitalize as they go 3 up, 3 down in the 8th, and fall 4-3 and open conference play with a doubleheader split.
We definitely wanted to win both. I thought we came out and played well in the first game, and I thought we gave it to them in the second game. We made some mistakes. We made some mistakes with our pitching, and didn't hit our spots, and that's when they got their key hits. So we got to do everything right in order to beat a team like that in conference.
Well, conference play is a lot different than normal play. I mean, we have to go at it harder, work harder, play better, and since it was our first game, I thought we did pretty good. I mean, we could have done better the second game, obviously, but I mean, we came out hard and did the best we could. So.
Well, we just have to work more on a little bit more communication, and like I said, we have to hit our spots. We can't make any physical errors. We just have to do what we're supposed to do.
Back to baseball in a moment. Iowa Western taking on Muscatine, trying to extend their win streak to double digits. We'll be right back. Lynx fans can now log on to alsportsfan.com for archived and live broadcasts, team info, pictures, and more. alsportsfan.com, part of the cbsportsfan.com family.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
The schedule has been kind to the Iowa Western baseball team through the month of March. After playing their first 4 games of the season on the road, the Reavers haven't left Council Bluffs since. Games 24 and 25 of a 27-game homestand taking place on Sunday, April 1st. Here's IWTV student Jim Brinklow.
Iowa Western beat Muscatine in the first 2 games of a 4-game conference series, and they're off to a good start in the 3rd game. Tied at 1 at the bottom of the 2nd, Alex Greer patiently waiting on 3rd base for Isaiah Conklin to hit him home, and that he does. The sacrifice fly gives IWCC a 2-1 lead. Reavers look to keep the scoring in the 3rd with a man on 2nd, but the Cardinal defense gets the out to end the inning. The Reavers back at bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. All Jalen Hashbagger has to do is get Reavers' Grant K out, but K says, no way. The freshman records his 4th home run of the season to give the Reavers a 3-1 lead. Late in the inning, Conklin seems to be a master at the sac flies. He does it again. Greer once more the recipient of the sacrifice and gets his 2nd run on the day, extending the lead to 4. The Reavers aren't quite done yet. In the 6th inning, Damek Tomache gets the ball out far left, where the outfielder makes a great play behind the pole. However, Conklin tags up and heads home plate, and Iowa Western wins 6-1. Final game of the 4-game series, not much different. Reavers again tied at 1, bottom of the 4th. 2nd baseman Sam Bumpers gives his team the lead with the RBI double. Iowa Western is just getting started. With men on corner bases, Steven Leonard places the ball perfectly in center field. Both runners score and Leonard makes it a 2 RBI triple, giving IWCC a 4-1 lead. Next inning, the scoring continues. Sam Bumpers pops one way deep. He's out, but not before bringing in Brett Bass, who slides in from 3rd base. Reavers continue to roll. The first base occupied, Gabby De Verona gets all of this one and gone. His 2nd homer of the year, the 2-run shot makes it a 6-1 game. Just 1 inning later, another Reaver home run. Damek Tomache connects with the ball, and it's out of here. Iowa Western wins this one 8-1 and sweeps Muscatine in the 4-game series by a combined total of 48-8. That's right, 48-8 in 4 games. Reavers push their conference record to 9-1 and extend their winning streak to 11.
Both of our starting pitchers did well today. Creekmeyer was outstanding. Andy wasn't quite himself, but battled through and throws 5 innings and 2 hits, and 1 earned run. So that's what you need, is quality starting. And then we just were able to bring in our bullpen, and we were able to stretch the lead with some quality at bats.
As a whole, we threw pretty well. Just came out, tried to throw strikes. And that's all you can do. A few walks here and there, but I mean, as a whole, the pitching staff did well.
We want to win the regular season conference because it makes us be it allows us to be the #1 seed going into the tournament. When you're the #1 seed going into the tournament, what it does is it gives you a bye the first round. So our concentration is just play every day and play the best baseball possible, and we want to be the #1 seed going into the tournament and giving us that bye in the first round.
That's it for tonight's broadcast. Next week, more Reaver action, and we'll hit the soccer fields as local prep teams kick off their season. Until next time, we're out.